Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me again here in my home in Lexington, Mississippi. We are still on the road with the SPRA. We're taking another trip down memory lane. I recently got to showcase all the accomplishments of the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Socol Park over in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But you know, the SPRA, the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association, something that's really great about them, they have so much opportunity for the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Not just one rodeo a weekend. Last weekend they had 2. There are many weekends they have 3 and even 4 rodeos, all within driving distance of each other. So the Cowboys and Cowgirls can get up at one rodeo one night and one the next, maybe a Saturday slack somewhere, so that they can get that added money and keep stacking that money on top of each other like Lego blocks to try to make their way in the top 15 Cowboys and Cowgirls to the SPFR in Philadelphia, Mississippi. The second opportunity that was offered through the SPRA was your 15th annual Carrollton Stampede Rodeo in Carrollton, Georgia. Man, Miss Sherry Wilkins over there with the Cowboy Shop, she is the backbone of that rodeo. 15 years in the making. That's 15 years of blood, sweat, and tears to build this great rodeo up to exactly what it is today. This year did not disappoint. But, you know, how can you disappoint when you select the reigning SPRA Stock Contractor of the Year, Southern Rodeo Company, to bring all the fabulous stock and put on an entertaining production? You know, Southern Rodeo Company is another one of those family affairs. The Brooks family, Mr. Robin Brooks over there cracking latches and walking up and down the chutes from one end of the arena to the other, making sure everything just click, click, click goes off like clockwork. To Mr. Josh, SPFR pickup man, he's there protecting all the Cowboys and Cowboys there from on horseback. He is one of the hardest working men on horseback that I think I may know. And my hat's off to the Brooks family and everything that they do. Southern Rodeo Company, your reigning stock contractor of the year. Now, they go big or they go home. And if they can't go big, they'll just stay at home. Southern Rodeo Company selected a man, Mr. Dylan Gross. He was the man behind the mic all weekend, guiding you through the action. I wasn't able to be there at that rodeo. I've never had the opportunity to meet Dylan, but I saw a lot of video from that rodeo. The crowd was absolutely electric. Everybody on their feet. The enthusiasm and the passion that, you know, Mr. Dylan Groves had behind the mic on a lot of the runs and the rides that I saw. Dylan, great job to you. I hope to get to meet you sometime in the future. Then, the man from right there in Georgia, Hoboken, Georgia's own Colt 45, putting you in stitches from the get-go to the very last bull was bucked. Man, that's Mr. Colt Hart. He just makes you laugh. He has fun doing it. The man loves his job. Talk about a class clown turned rodeo clown. That doesn't surprise me at all. You got a chance to catch Colt Hart, Colt 45 in action anywhere with the SPRA. Make sure you get that done as well. Now, the phenomenal stock that Southern Rodeo Company brings is absolutely second to none. I'm talking about broncs on the bareback side as well as the saddle bronc, dishpan, big dishpan feet, feather-footed freaks, getting it done, and here's how it shook out. The College Grove, Tennessee Cowboy from the Volunteer State, Mr. Luke Abear, kicked it off first in the most physically demanding event in rodeo, the bareback riding. 79 points, took home the win right there. Then we came over here to the Magnolia State. The Bronx Stomper from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Now, Mr. Buddy Monk, This cowboy, he's a lot of fun outside the arena. He's a pleasure to be around. But when you see Buddy Monk settling in on the back of a saddle bronc, you better pull your hat down tight because it's about to get plumb ranchy. And it did with 81 championship points to win the saddle bronc riding. Then we went to the Pretty Cowgirls and lightning fast American quarter horses, barrel racing. The home state cowgirl there, Miss Julie Thomas from Ranger, Georgia, not very far there from Carrollton. She is a multiple-time SPFR qualifier as well. She laid down a smoking 13.675 to cinch up the win. Not just cinch it up, but cinch it up on her birthday weekend. What a great way to kick off a birthday weekend there for Miss Julie Thomas. Now, these cowgirls that run these barrel patterns, they don't do it by themselves. They're athletes, they're teammates, they're four-legged equine athletes are absolutely second to none. And this little horse she's riding right here, she calls Amos. Man, he's been up and down the road with her for a lot of years, and they're still getting it done, still doing the dang thing. Congratulations to you, Julie Thomas, on your win at your Carrollton Stampede Rodeo. From the barrel racing, we went straight into the big man's event, all the way to the north side of Alabama. Athens, Alabama is where the cowboy gets his mail. Cord Bricolow slammed a steer down in 5.4 seconds. We extend a big congratulations to you on that win. Then we went down to the calf roping. We just kept going a little bit further north there on I-65 into the volunteer state. Mr. Chase Thrasher, he tied one down, threw his hands in the air for 8.9 seconds. That's how it shook out right there to cinch up the win in the tie-down calf roping. On to the breakaway roping. Now, if you caught the video I did on So Cold Park, I couldn't just mention one girl in the barrel racing. I had to mention all six because they had 6 holes real close. Well, it got that way in the breakaway roping over in Carrollton, Georgia. 4 holes. When I say it got competitive, it got salty. And when I say salty, I mean saltier than a used ice cream maker salty. That's real quick. In 4th place with 2.3 seconds, Ms. Taylor Potscott taking home that 4th place win. 3rd place win was cinched up by Ryan Heath with a 2.2 second run. The 2nd place win was split by the cowgirl from Hatchetchubby, Alabama, by way of South Louisiana, Ms. Rachel Alamont Bryant, cinching up the 2nd place and splitting it with Calera, Alabama's own Ms. Rhonda Ellison with a 2.1 second run. Then we went down to the cowgirl that really meant business. Over to Cedartown, Georgia. Now, when I hear any announcer anywhere say, Cedartown, Georgia, my ears poke up. When I hear them say, anybody with the last name Frills, my ears poke up. I sit on the edge of my seat because I know greatness is about to happen. This cowgirl back there in her cowboy shop parking spot, she was cocked back sort of like the hammer on a single barrel shotgun. She nodded that American hat. It was like pulling the trigger. She was out. Son, she was roping necks, cashing checks in 2 flat. Ms. Ashley Frills, congratulations to you with the 2.0 second run for the win there in the breakaway roping at your 15th annual Carrollton, Georgia Stampede Rodeo. Next out, we offer the opportunity to the 2 cowboys that create one time. Now, this dynamic duo has probably been to more rodeo finals and either worn out, outgrown, or just lost more rodeo finals jackets than many of us have ever seen. They came in with 5.2 seconds for Caston Peavy and Mark Gentry for the win there in the team roping. Next, we roll down to the bad boys of rodeo, the bucking bovines. Tough Morgan was the cattle strapper that settled in on the back of 2,000 pounds of big, bad, bellowing humpback beast. When the dust settled and the smoke clears, our judges tallied up the scores. 86 championship points for the win. talk about a great, great rodeo. From the time they cracked the first latch to the time they bucked the last bull, Southern Rodeo Company never disappoints. If you have an opportunity to go to anything that they do, you definitely don't want to miss that. But they can't get it done, and Miss Sherry Wilkins with the Cowboy Shop, boy, she, like I said, she puts in the time, the determination, the dedication to make this a spectacular event, and she does it with the help of some amazing sponsors. Sponsors like our friends over at Scott Evans, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You know, Ram Trucks is the official truck of professional rodeo. It's been that way since 1981. You know, I don't really know what they're doing this year. I know they're still hanging in there with us, and they're still supporting and sponsoring everything that they can. Up until this year, 600 rodeos a year or more. I would say that they're striving to at least meet that or beat that this year as well, even with all the challenging times. Speaking of Scott Evans, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, I'm actually driving a 2018 Ram 2500 from them. Now, I'm sitting here in my living room in Lexington, Mississippi. They're in Carrollton, Georgia, across the state of Alabama, into a complete other state. I would say 7 hours from me. It was so easy. I got on the phone, I got online, I talked to one salesman. We got the deal done. Did I have to go to Georgia to get it? Nope. They brought it right here to my house in Lexington, Mississippi. I gave them the keys to my trade-in. They took it back. Did they charge me any extra? Nope. They gave me a handshake and said, thank you for your business. Go check them out online. Scott Evans, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Our friends at Georgia Power are keeping us lit up all weekend long. We thank them for everything they do for this event as well, along with Georgia Container and Portable Toilets of West Georgia, keeping all the facilities out there so we can do what we have to do at the rodeo. And then Durango Boots, the official boot of your 15th annual Carrollton Stampede SPRA Rodeo. You can get your pair of Durango boots at the Cowboy Shop right there in Rockville, Georgia, under the direction of former SPRA World Champion, Miss Sherry Wilkins. I got an opportunity to go visit with her in the Cowboy Shop just a while back, and boy, you know, a great shop, absolutely second to none from anything you've ever seen out in Texas or even out further west. You got it right there in your backyard in Rockville, Georgia. Check them out online. She ships all those great American hats. She ships all of the Durango boots and everything else she has there in the shop around the globe all the time. She was actually boxing up an American hat, I think, the last time I was there, to ship to a fellow in Australia, shipping it down under. So Miss Sherry at the Cowboy Shop, what a great supporter, not just of this rodeo. She's the backbone of the rodeo, the committee chairman. She sponsors the Family Lifestyle Rodeo and the SPRA on the association level. The Brooks family with Southern Rodeo Company, what a great, great rodeo, continuing to put on phenomenal events, not just your regular backyard rodeo. But what else can you expect from an association built by cowboys and cowgirls for cowboys and cowgirls? www.sprarodeo.net. Guys, my name is Mac again. Thank you once again for joining me right here in my room in Lexington, Mississippi. Until next time, meet me on the road with the SPRA. Y'all come see me.